In our latest video on how to avoid UK tax legally, we look at one of the most important expense claims that a sole trader or a partners can claim, namely motor expenses. At Truman Brown, we often meet new clients who will turn up to the initial meeting with a shoebox or a plastic bag full of receipts, mostly fuel receipts. As a consequence, that client could miss out on a large claim for motor expenses and thereby fail to adequately reduce a large UK tax liability. So why can you claim motor expenses? Before we explain why you can claim motor expenses, we would reiterate that the rules we're about to talk about do not apply to directors and employees of limited companies. These rules just apply to sole traders and partners. If you drive your own car to travel for business, you might be able to claim some of the costs to reduce the amount of tax you pay for your business. How you go about making that claim can be a bit complicated, so this video is your guide to help you work out what you can and can't claim. When you're a sole trader or a partner in a non-limited liability partnership, legally there's no difference between you and your business, so for you there's no such thing as a company car. The costs you can claim for differ depending on whether you own the car or have hired it. When you own the car, you're likely to use it for both business and private purposes. So you might use it mainly to travel to visit clients, but you might also use it for your weekly food shop. HMRC is unlikely to accept that a vehicle is for business use only unless it's something like a taxi or a van with your logo on the side. Even then, HMRC has the right to ask to see your mileage log to prove you use the vehicle exclusively for business purposes. Stay until the end of the video where we will provide with details of our app which can help you record your mileage records. Now back to the video. There are two ways of calculating the motor expenses deduction. You cannot change from the one method to the other method, or back again, unless you change vehicles. The first method of calculating the motor expenses deduction is using the simplified expenses method. This method enables you to add up your business mileage and apply the HMRC approved rate. In order to use this method, you avoid claiming any other costs for running that car. Therefore, you cannot claim anything for the costs of servicing, repairs, MOT or wear and tear, because these are all covered by HMRC's approved mileage rate. Currently, you can make a claim for business miles of 45 pence per mile for the first 10,000 business miles, then 25 pence per mile thereafter. On a side note, you can claim the business part of interest on a loan you have taken out to buy the vehicle. The second method is the full cost method. To do this, you'll need to add up everything you've spent on the car during the year, such as petrol, servicing, repairs, MOT and insurance, then work out the business proportion of that, depending on how much you use the car for business journeys and how much for private journeys. You will also be able to claim capital allowances on the business proportion of the initial cost of the car. In order to work out the business proportion, you will, again, need to keep a mileage log. This means making a note of all the journeys you travel in the vehicle. When you come to do your accounts, add up all the business miles, add up all the private miles, work out what proportion was for business and claim that much of each cost as motor expenses. Remember to stay until the end of the video where we'll provide you with details of our app which includes a mileage log on it. Turning now to hire cars. If you hire a car for a business journey only, you can claim the full cost of hiring the car. If you hire a car for mixed travel, that's another issue entirely, and it would come under the rules for travel which HMRC has published guidance about. To be absolutely sure which method will suit you and your business best, why not leave a comment below. Regarding our app, great news, the app is now live in both the Apple and Android stores. Need to keep your financial data at the tips of your fingers? Then this app is the one for you. From keeping copy of receipts to logging new business miles, my app can help you. Our app is easy to access. You can either search for My Accountants in the Apple or Play Store, or simply follow the links shown in the description below. We also have made a video to show you how to use the app.